As we are approaching the birthday of Fatimah al-Zahra alayhi salam, I thought to choose a series of sermons for a while, talking about the principles in the family life of Sayyida Fatimah and her personal life, and the choices that Lady Fatimah made for her life. Because everything in our life depends on the way that we choose our options. And this is very important for us to approach our Ahlul-Bayt and the family of Fatimah alayhi salam with three fundamental points: al-ma'rifah, al-mahabbah, al-ita'ah. That we know the Ahlul-Bayt, we love Ahlul-Bayt, and we follow Ahlul-Bayt. These are three words that we must remember. And especially Fatimah al-Zahra alayha salam as the central figure of this family. This is why we say Allahumma salli ala Fatimata wa abiha wa ba'aliha wa baniha ba'adad ma ahsa kitabuk wa ahata bihi ilmik. So Allah, send our salutation to Fatimah and her father, to Fatimah and her husband, to Fatimah and her children. Why we keep repeating Fatimah? Because she is the central figure in the household of the Holy Prophet. Allah considers this lady as Al-Kawthar, subhanallah. Inna a'tainaka Al-Kawthar. Not me saying Al-Kawthar. Allah, the one who tells us that this world, the entire world, is mata'un qaleel. It's just insignificant. The whole world is small and insignificant. It's just little stuff, the whole world. But the same God, when He talks about this woman, He says, Al-Kawthar, ample of excellence, significant figure. And the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, لو كان الحسن شخصا لكان فاطمة بل هي أعظم. Subhanallah. If it was possible to have all the beauty, all the goodness, all love, all excellence be manifested in one figure, in one person, that person must be Fatimah al-Zahra. بل هي أعظم. She is even greater than that. This is the Prophet is talking, the one who وَمَا يَنْتِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. It's not because she is his daughter. He had other daughters too. Zainab and Ruqayya and Kulthum. There are three other girls. Why focus on this woman? There is hadith في نور الثقلين from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, إِنَّ فَاطِمَةَ هِيَ لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. Wow, لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. How the Quran says, وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. O Prophet, what do you think Laylatul Qadr is? What is your understanding of Laylatul Qadr? Laylatul Qadr خَيْرٌ مِّنْ أَلْفِ شَهْرٍ. Is one night, but is so much bliss and so much barakah that Allah made this time as important as 83 years. Don't look that Fatimah lived with Imam Ali only 9 years. It's very short. Laylatul Qadr was very short too. But sometimes God gives barakah to makan, to zaman, to person, to idea. It's about barakah. So as we don't know the importance and the details of Laylatul Qadr, the same thing, He says that من عرف فاطمة حق معرفتها فقد أدرك ليلة القدر. If you understand the qualities of this lady, then you understand the meaning of Laylatul Qadr as well. So as Laylatul Qadr is unknown, this lady قدرها مجهول وحتى قبرها مجهول. After 1400 years, still we don't know where is the grave of the daughter of our Prophet. It's amazing. Of the injustice was exercised from day number one, even to the household of the Prophet of God. What happened? If I want to talk, brothers and sisters, about the personality of Fatimah al-Zahra, what is the meaning of al-Zahra, al-Mardiyya, al-Radiyya, al-Tahira, al-Mubarakah, al-Siddiqa, al-Batul, al-Haniyya, al-Hawra al-Insiyya, subhanallah, al-Hawra al-Insiyya, means part of her is al-Hawra al-Samawiyya, a heavenly figure, and part of it is al-Insiyya, it is earth and heaven. Is a complete picture of what this life and universe is as-Samawiyya, means al-Hawra, and then al-Insiyya, the human being lives on this earth. So next time when somebody asks you, what does Islam say about women? Say, are you joking? What does Islam say about women? It's 7th century, 1400 years ago, and this is what Islam says about a woman at that time. At that time. It's not 21st century that is still the equality of gender is a big question. Whether men and women should be paid the same wage for the same work, and still the world has problem to deal with this issue. And then you see the greatness of this lady at that time. So brothers and sisters, yes, admiring Fatimah al-Zahra means admiring the woman in Islam. A woman of quality. It's not that the Prophet said, هي مذقة مني or شعرة مني or بدعة مني or قرة عيني or ثمرة فؤادي. Even more than this, this is physical, that she is part of me. Part of my blood, part of my system, part of my flesh. He is saying even more than that, فاطمة روحي التي بين يدي.
على حب الزهراء صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
That Fatima is my soul. The soul that Allah says, وَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي. She is my ruh. So brothers and sisters, if I want to talk and admire about Sayyida Fatima, it's going to be long, and never able to explain entirely the character of this Lady of Light. But my point is that how we as Muslims consider the Ahlul-Bayt and Fatima, how can you and I become Fatimiyun, Fatimiyat? That is the question. How much we know, how much we love, how much we follow. Is Fatimah al-Zahra the example of Muslim ladies and even Muslim men? Is it that our daughters, wives, women in the society wish to be like Fatimah al-Zahra? I was reading an article last week that a lady said that I want to be like Nancy Reagan, because she just passed away recently. She was 94 years old and she was in the White House for 8 years, dressing stunning clothes and spectacular dinner and hosting big receptions. So this writer said that she want to be like Nancy. As I said, it depends on the choices. If you focus only on material, Then Fatimah Zahra never lived in a palace. She never had the clothes of Nancy Reagan, neither that food. For many times they didn't have even bread in the house. They were hungry. And they used to share whatever they had with the poor. So much suffering, so much poverty. But what is about this lady that after 1400 years, still so many lovers everywhere, and so many ladies that they say, we want to be like Fatima. This is the beginning of the discussion that is going to take some sermons and some weeks. That when we say, Allahumma ij'al mahyaya mahya Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, wa mamati mamata Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, we have to be very careful what are we talking about. That I want my life be the life of Fatimah Zahra and her family, and my death like their death. My style of life, she has 4 kids and all of them little. You know, like Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein, they have only 1 year different, right? And Imam Hassan was born on 15th of Ramadan, and Imam Hussein on 3rd of Sha'ban, means just 11 months different, right? And then Zainab and Kulthum. And the house is very simple. They didn't have hot water and cold water and taking shower in the house and vacuum and refrigerator and, you know, oven and all of this stuff that we have today. It was very, very difficult that they have to search for water, they have to make the bread. They didn't have any of this stuff and electricity and all these things that they are a part of our life, and we paralyze if one of them drops. But how come this lady in this simple life and under pressure during all the wars against the Muslim community, all the hypocrites, and still we see from this house heroes and heroines come out? Al-Hassan, Al-Hussein, Zainab, Kulthum. What kind of mother is Fatimah Zahra? Well, the first principle in the life of this lady is al-ubudiyyatu lillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Her devotion, her faith, her fulfillment. And that is the duty of every Muslim. وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا أَنْ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاجْتَنِبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ. The first message of every messenger to humanity was to worship one Lord and say no to the Taghut. Obedience of the divine and denial of the devil. That was the first message of every messenger. Ya ayyuhan nas, O people. Doesn't say Ya ayyuhal ladhina aslamu, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu. No. Ya ayyuhan nas, O people of the world. Ubudu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum walladhina min qablikum. Worship the Lord. Why? Because He khalaqakum. He's your creator. He's your guide. He's your provider. Worship Him. Worship Him for creation. Worship Him for all the blessings and gifts that He gave you. You go and open Surah An-Nahl, chapter 16 of the Holy Quran. You see 40 blessings are mentioned in one chapter. The things Allah gave us. I figure out 40. If you may find even more than that. I counted it was 40. 40 blessings, and it says وَإِن تَعُدُّوا in the same chapter وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. We just gave you just a sample of 40. Well, it's much more than that. It's impossible to count His blessings. So if He gave you life and the gift of intellect and gift of integrity and safety and food and health and all of these blessings, is it too much to say thank you, God? Is it too much to have a simple prayer? In Surah Ar-Rahman, there is one verse that is repeated 31 times. It's the only chapter in the Quran that the same verse is repeated just to push us a little bit to wake up, wake up. Because sometimes we don't wake up like 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. He says 31 times. فَبَأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Oh human beings, even oh jinns, every living being, wake up. Which of this blessing can you deny? You deny that you are the creator of Allah, Shakkun, Fatir as-samawati wal ard. You have doubt about your divine? Do you have doubt about His justice? وَأَنَّ السَّاعَةَ آتِيَةٌ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهَا. You have doubt about the fulfillment of justice of Allah? So is it too much for you to say thank you? Is it too much for you to show your appreciation for your Creator? Ubudullah, worship Him with your mind, with your heart, with your body, with your business, with your expression, with your action. Every moment of your life must be a moment of al-ibudiyyah, a moment of al-munajat lillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is the first thing that Fatimah Zahra alayhi salam does. Her faith and her ubudiyyah. And if I want to go through the examples, many, I may share part of it next week. It's an ocean of knowledge and beauty and love and passion that we can learn from Fatimah Zahra alayhi salam. That even when she is so tired, 4 kids and no help, and her husband busy with all of these social challenges and threats for the ummah and the community, and she has to take care of these kids and at the same time provide, and no complaint. She is not depressed, she is not complaining, and still she is raising these heroes. She is tired. She goes to the Prophet. Ya Rasulullah, can you help me? Somebody comes and give me some assistance regarding the house issues. It's not just because she is physically tired, but she is afraid that she is so much occupied that she doesn't have enough time to do the mustahabbats, as-salawat al-istihbabiyyah. Because she is so much in the sense of al-ubudiyyah and munajat and worship and prayer, and she is so busy now with the daily matters that she wants to see if she receives some help so she can do even more communication with her Creator. And the Prophet at that time was not able to help Fatimah Zahra in this situation. But he understood the point that she is worried that she is losing part of that spirituality that she is looking for. This is why the Rasulullah, peace be upon him, say, Ya Fatima, أُعْتِيكِ مَا هُوَ خَيْرٌ مِّن ذَلِكَ تُكَبِّرِينَ اللَّهَ بَعْدَ كُلِّ صَلَاةٍ 34 تَكْبِيرًا وَتَحْمِدِينَ اللَّهَ 33 تَحْمِيدًا وتسبحين الله 33 تسبيحا ثم تختمين ذلك بلا إله إلا الله فذلك خير لك من الدنيا وما فيها. I know how busy you are, Fatima, but I'm going to teach you a tasbih. I'm going to teach you a prayer that this prayer is short, but so much barakah in this prayer. How much barakah? He said, after each salat wajib, if you don't have time for mustahabbat, just say 34 times Allahu Akbar, God is greater. Greater than anything that you think, God is greater than that. Anything that you think as your God in your life, remember God is bigger than that. Who is your God? Is your money? Is your husband? Is your wife? Your children? Your parents? Your position? Your prestige? Your personality? What is your matter in this life, Allahu Akbar, God is bigger than that as well. Say this 34 times. And then 33 times say, Alhamdulillah, praise the Lord. In any situation, even situation that you don't like it, something bad happened to you, say, Asa an takrahu shay'an wa khayrun lakum, Alhamdulillah. And 33 times, Subhanallah, Tanzih Allah, glorification of God. If you say that after each salat, Al-Imam al-Sadiq said, تسبيح فاطمة دبر كل صلاة أحب إلي من صلاة 1000 ركعة في كل يوم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
A kind of spiritual guarantee and demand that, Fatima, I know that how much your heart beats to have more time to do more prayer. But just do this. And when you do it from your heart, Al-Imam al-Sadiq said, if you do it with the same spirit of Fatimah al-Zahra, with that same spirit, then that tasbih is ahabbu ilayya, subhanallah. Is more beloved, I like that more. Why is it? 1000 rak'ah, 1000 times you see Surah Al-Fatiha, 1000 times Surah Al-Ikhlas, 1000 times Ruku, 2000 times Sujood. Why is it? We don't know. This is a barakah that Al-Mubarakah. Fatima is Mubarakah. فيها بركة. في تسبيحها كذلك بركة. من سبح تسبيح فاطمة فقد ذكر الله ذكرا كثيرا. How Quran tells us اذكر الله ذكرا كثيرا. How we can do it? Al-Imam al-Sadiq said, when you do this tasbih, ذكرت الله ذكرا كثيرا. Do it after the salat. When the salat al-Jum'ah is finished before salat al-Asr, do the tasbihat. And if you want to do it after Asr, don't sit in the first line, because some people have to go. But you can sit down somewhere else in the masjid and do the tasbih after even salat al-Asr, because of this barakah that Imam Sadiq alayhi salam is talking about. So it's about dhikr Allah, اذكرullah dhikran kathira. And brothers and sisters, Yawm al-Jum'ah is Yawm al-Dhikr. فَاسْعَوْا إِلَى ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. That's Surah al-Jum'ah. And Surah al-Munafiqun, that I used to recite that, but some brothers says we cannot stand or it's too much. Just choose a shorter chapter. So I don't read Surah al-Munafiqun that much in Friday prayer. In Surah al-Munafiqun it says, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا لَا تُلْهِكُمْ أَمْوَالُكُمْ وَلَا أَوْلَادُكُمْ عَنْ ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. Don't let your money, your business, your family, whatever is distraction to stop you from dhikr Allah. And dhikr Allah is Salatul Jum'ah and the Jum'ah. Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam says, يَدْخُلُ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِلَى الْجَنَّةِ عَلَى قَدْرِ سَبْقِهِمْ إِلَى الْجُمْعَةِ. You want to know your speed on the paradise? On Yawm al-Qiyamah? The speed of your move toward paradise depends on your speed on Jum'ah to prayer. So there is a connection between prayer and paradise. Between this speed and that speed. He said yes. يدخل المؤمنون إلى الجنة قدر سبقهم إلى الجمعة. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله إن في الجمعة ساعة. Listen to this. I don't know how our community miss this barakat. I don't know how we deprive ourselves from this turath al-ma'nawiyya. How we do that? How we miss this point? إن في الجمعة ساعة. This is not Sheikh Elahi قال رسول الله إن في الجمعة ساعة لا يسأل الله العبد فيها شيئا إلا آتاه الله إياه. قالوا يا رسول الله أية ساعة. The Prophet is saying that there is an hour on Friday that when Abdul Mu'min, whatever you ask, he's going to give you. Whatever you ask. Whatever you ask that is good for you. Don't ask something foolish that's going to be harmful. Anything is good for you, ask your Lord and He is going to give it to you, but choose the right hour. قال يا رسول الله أي ساعة هي? What is the hour that the gates of heaven are open and we ask our Lord whatever and He's going to give it to us? قال حين تقام الصلاة الجمعة إلى الانصراف منها. The time that Salat al-Jum'ah starts till the Salat is done, that is the hour, special hour of glory, that you receive the generosity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل
And
محمد.
of course this salat should be a right salat, salat al-Jum'ah. Salat of ubudiyya, salat of humbleness, salat of khushu and khudu, salat of love and peace. Not some of those salat al-Jum'ah that even they are doing it in Mecca, in Medina, in the house of Allah, but that is full of hatred, full of violence, and they preach al-karahiyya, they preach hatred. That is not the salat that we are talking about. The same other salatin, those paid preachers of hatred and violence and terrorism, when something happened in Brussels, they condemn it right away. Ayyuhal munafiqun. A day before, it happened in Beirut or in Baghdad or in Sana'a or in Syria. You are dead. You never condemn that. Of course, we have to condemn whatever happened in Brussels. I said this last night, if you saw in National Fatimiyah, I said, my merciful Prophet said, Man aada injiliyan faqad adani. If someone hurt a Christian person, he or she has hurt the Prophet of Islam. That's how much we love humanity, and especially Christians who follow Jesus Christ. We have nothing but love for people of faith. And this is why we admire Pope, the leader of Catholic Church, that yesterday he washed the feet of 3 Muslim men, refugees from Syria and other places. This is how the people of faith, he said, these are our brothers. He said, these are terrorists, deprive them from entering and protection. No, they are our brothers. This is the language of Jesus. This is the language of Muhammad. This is the language of heaven, that we are brothers and sisters. And I said last night, if some of you, they didn't air the entire thing, they had recorded this interview, it was 10 minutes, they aired almost less than 5 minutes of that interview. But I said over there that, yes, we all are Belgians when it comes to a tragedy over there. But why is it you? I told Sean Hannity, I said, why you guys don't condemn when the same ISIS, the same criminals, and their Saudi supporters, when they kill innocent people, Arab people, Muslim people, why you don't condemn that they are the same ISIS, the same criminals? People are people. Terrorism is terrorism. Hypocrisy is hypocrisy. You have to stop this evil approach and be honest about your position. We Muslim community, we are targeted by ISIS and then we are targeted by KKK. At the same time, this criminal mentality. I told you about the letter I received last week, and finally my co-chair in Imam's Council called FBI, and finally the FBI, they came and they got that letter from us. This is the way we would approach of dignity of humanity. Humanity is humanity. We Muslims or Christians or Jewish, any faith, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. If they are not oppressors, if they are not unjust, if they are not ignorant, then humanity is humanity. And to appreciate what the Pope did, I invited Archbishop Allen Ignorant. He is the representative of Pope in Michigan. to visit Islamic House of Wisdom, and we welcome him with our board members and members of our community to show that unity and solidarity here in Detroit. Inshallah, next week, brothers and sisters, I would follow the principles that govern the life of Fatimah Zahra alayhi salam. Her interaction with her father, interaction with her husband, interaction with her children, interaction with the neighborhood, interaction with the politics in the society. So we know if we want to be like Fatimah Zahra alayhi salam, what is it that we're supposed to do? What are the lessons that we must learn from the life of Fatimah Zahra, and especially those 9 years of family life? It was very short. Fatimah Zahra was Nancy, lived for 94 years. Fatimah Zahra is 18 years, and if we go to very conservative, maybe a little more than 20. But this Fatimah Zahra who lived only 9 years, and she gave to humanity all these heroes. We need to know what kind of lady she was, and what did she. Today we just mentioned a little bit about Ubudiyyat Fatimah Zahra. There are much more, and brothers and sisters, as I said, when we have Ubudiyyah, when we have dhikr, when we have Salatul Jum'ah, we have a better protection for our children. There is less probability that our youth get involved with drugs and alcohol and adultery and intihar, suicide, if we bring them to Friday prayer, because in the Salat tanha anil fasha wal munkar, the chance of people of prayer to receive salvation is much more than people who have no ties with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and no communication with God. So make sure that if you can every Friday, put this in your schedule, that I want to drop my business, وَأَسْعَى إِلَى ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ, and I want to join the dhikr Allah. We want to remember Allah. And I'm not worried that much about that 1 hour, because وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الرَّازِقِينَ. Al-Khaliq huwa al-Raziq wa huwa al-Hadi. May Allah protect us all, brothers and sisters. May Allah forgive our sins. May Allah consider us as the soldiers and lovers of Sayyida Fatimah and her son Imam Al-Mahdi alayhi salam, and consider us of the Muntadirin. They are the ones who are waiting for the dhuhr of a man from generation of Fatimah, who يملأ الله الأرض به قسطا وعدلا بعدما ملأت ظلما وجورا. Bring justice and peace to the darkness of injustice, ignorance, and oppression. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Inna a'tainaka al-Kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Inna shana'aka huwa al-abtar. Wa ila as-salati inna as-salata tanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkar. Wassalamu alaykum wa rahmatullah.